everybody? Bob
Nice.
Walters, Brett Grasso, wild card weekend, super wild card weekend. Brett, it's finally here. What's up? We are here for the playoffs. 2 games today, 3 tomorrow, 1 on Monday. What's up?
Is this your favorite weekend, Bob? Or
No.
Which one's your weekend?
But no, this one was, but I don't like the Monday thing because I don't think it's fair. They go out of their way to not have a Monday night game last week, right? Just in case.
You're right.
And then they have a Monday game this week, and I know they'll get the Sunday late game, whoever wins it. But I don't think it's fair, especially because they go out of their way with the Monday thing.
And it's one thing if it was like Monday during the day, but like Monday night late. Like you're really
8:30,
like on Tuesday by the time you're even home. Like, again, like you want everything to be even playing field. Like even like, how baseball, the last game of the season, everybody plays at the exact same time. Or NFL, like, I'll give you that you can spread that. You'll have to
There's
play
no
on the
Monday
last
night
day.
game. There's no Monday night game the last week of the NFL. They don't play it because for that very reason.
And they shouldn't play the game. It should be season over, of course. But like, it's literally not for any benefit to the players or the people. It's just because you signed this TV contract, and part of that is we're going to give you your playoff game.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute. Like,
but they can do that. They have 6
reasonable.
games. 3 today, 3 tomorrow.
They can do. Bob, they can do whatever they want. We learned that forever, right? Like whatever they want, wherever they want. We're going to do a preview show at whatever time, 1.5 hours right before the show, right before the game.
Yeah. So we got
NFL. You got us again.
Yeah, no, they get it. They get us every week, and they did it right. How about that? I mean, the Sunday night game last week was out of control with the Ravens and the Steelers, and that the guy misses the field goal in the last after the Packers missed the extra point. Oh, great game!
What a killer! I'm sorry. Like for me, that one, like as a
Rodgers.
guy who all he wanted in the world was for Rodgers to walk off. To walk off as a loser, to walk off as not making the playoffs, to walk off knowing everything he wanted didn't happen, and to watch it where it was over, and a kicker just miss an easy one. You're right. 44 is easy. No, 44 is easy. No, the pressure. No, but even worse is to be that kicker, and all these men, grown men, went out there and they worked so hard. They did everything perfectly. All of these, the whole year, and even on that last drive, and they finally got in a position where all that had to happen was this little boy needed to use his little leg and get that little ball through the uprights.
He didn't miss one from that distance all year.
The only thing you do, they're out there crushing each other in practice. He's like, here, I'm going to kick the ball again.
Shortening their lives. They're shortening their lives.
CTE. They're like, their wives don't even like them when they get home, Bob.
No.
And these guys, and this guy's like, if I put it through, all of our bad stuff is washed away. We're one of the only teams that were 1-5 to go on to make the playoffs. We actually could make a run because we have that team. But you know what? I can't kick a ball. It's the only thing I do. Couldn't do it. That was wide right, as always.
But anyway, it started out good. It kind of drifted. They could have, and it sucks too even more because they could have done damage because Lamar Jackson looked like Lamar Jackson for the first time all season in that game.
That's what I'm saying is this team was built. Derrick Henry was literally peaking this season in the week before.
350 yards in the last 2 weeks.
They're not losing. I don't know who they match up with, but they weren't going to lose the game. Whoever they're matching up with this week.
Well, they would have played the Bears. They would have given the Bears. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, not the Bears. It's the AFC.
No, because
I'm sorry. That's fine.
No, but but even so, you don't know. You are right. I know what you mean. I know. I said the same thing. You know why I said that?
I don't know why I said that
all week. I know why, and I'll tell you why. Because all week I was like, Aaron Rodgers is playing the Bears.
Yeah, because
all week. I swear to you, Bob. And
because you still think of him on the Packers.
There's a Packers fan friend of mine at work. And I'm like, dude, so excited. I was like, game's on, whatever it was. He's like, no, it's not. And I was like, no, it is. He goes, Aaron Rodgers versus I goes, Aaron Rodgers is not on the Packers. And I was like, I'm lost. You know what, Bob?
It's like we couldn't figure out which team was Alabama.
So funny.
And and that was a great game
we
too.
Really do.
Nobody's beating Indiana though. But now we got the first game. Listen, they did right here in the first game at least, right? They put this game where it belongs. Rams, Panthers, because the only way that division, the NFC South could have ended was having them back in like that. They lost 2 in a row, Carolina. They didn't play well in Tampa. It sucks for Baker and the Bucks, but what are you gonna do? And now they lose 2 in a row, and Carolina backs in, and they get the Rams, who 3 weeks ago, the Rams were the best team in the NFL, according to everybody. They have the MVP, the best team in the NFL. They lost that game to Seattle, and now here they are on the road across the country, but they're a 10-point favorite.
Is this a gotcha game for them, or is this the perfect game for them?
No, I think it's like 30 to 10.
Get off to that big start. I
think they win like 30 to 10. I think they win 30 to 10, something like that.
Because if it's a gotcha, you really think so? You really think?
Yeah. I think they're that, because I think the Rams are good. I think the Rams might be the best team in the NFC.
No, I'm with you. And I that's what you would expect. But if it's not a gotcha game, right? Then it's a let's ease our way into these playoffs. If that happens. Yeah. I think the Rams are a dangerous team if that happens. Once you have that those kinks out of you, because the first round, let me tell you, first round of the playoffs, no matter what round that is for you, even if you had a bye, you have no clue. That first half, you may be down by 3 touchdowns, and it's over. And you blinked in that game, and it's like, wait, what happened? We were so good every game, and all of a sudden you go, it's over. You know, you think you can come back like you do in the regular season when you're down 28, whatever, and it's a third quarter. You go, no. You can't versus good teams playing at their peak. You can do that versus mediocrity or even above mediocre teams on week 13. But you can't do that in the playoffs. They don't let you.
No, that's what worries me about the Bills. But with the Rams, I think they're coming in, right? They're playing a team that's lost 2 in a row. That's not a great team to begin with, under 500. Rookie quarterback. Forget it. Rookie quarterback. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. I see. My bet is like 30 to 10. I think they beat them up pretty good. They're a good offensive team.
I'll give you this one. Not a rookie. I know it feels like
not a rookie. You're right. Not a rookie.
He feels like a 12-year-old boy. He is a first-year playoff quarterback. It'll be
first year playoff
start in the play. First time that they've been to the playoffs.
It's like his third year, right? It's his third year.
I believe it is his third year, but he was so bad on a bad team, like bad. So it didn't even count. And he had that year in his rookie year, he had those 2 guys show up, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield at the same time. Those are his teammates. And you want to say, how did he actually develop? Those guys showed up. Like, he was there. That was his year of development, and since then even had some other guys there, but he's the shocker to me. I'm going to be honest with you, and he's the wild card in this game. If he shows up, and that's not just throwing the ball, because he can throw the ball. If he scrambles on those third downs and makes first downs, this is a different game.
He played well last week. Everybody commented on how great he played.
Right. The defense has to show up. You're going to have to make a couple turnovers. You're going to have to pick a ball. You're going to have to force a fumble if you want a chance to keep up with the Rams offense. That is for sure. But if it goes, you never know in the NFL. It could be 10-0 or 14-0 by the end of the first quarter. And, no matter who you are, you can't get behind in the playoffs.
But and the Rams
I think we got a little bit more interesting of a game than you think. And I think the Rams get away from them late in the fourth quarter by something more like right at the spread, 9 points.
But the Rams go from, if that guy on Seattle doesn't randomly pick up the ball in the end zone on the 2-point conversion, which is what he did. He just picked it up. He was walking past it. Yeah. If he doesn't do that, the Rams are the 1 seed. The Rams are the 1 seed by this weekend. That might help him out later. I think so. Right? I think they would be.
No. You're right, but I don't. But that is exactly what would have happened. But now you're not. So no, good luck. Now you got to travel across the country. You got to go to a place on a fan base who hasn't seen a playoff since 2017. That place is going to be as packed as you've ever seen. And you know what? You haven't played that good on the road. You're a turf team when you play at home. You're about to go play in the grass outside on the East Coast versus an unknown team that you don't know in your division. Like, you don't know them like you know teams.
No, you're right.
And so you look and you go, you think so. A 10.5-point spread, I think what gets me. Like, I'm not seeing this as a...
It's a lot. I wouldn't lay the points.
I don't expect it as the Panthers to win, but I don't expect, anybody, and we've watched this enough. It does happen, but I don't expect anybody to lose or win by, 30 or 40 today.
And I'm looking it up right now. I didn't before, but... It looks like there's going to be thunderstorms. That could slow the Rams down a little bit. I still think they win. I'm not laying 10 points in any or 10.5 in any playoff game.
Bob, how many of these games have you seen where all of a sudden it's, play number 2 and Stafford gets crushed?
Yeah.
Or Puka Nacua or, Devontae Adams, who hasn't had a real live rep in 3.5 weeks, pushes off for the first time and comes up hobbling just like he did 3 weeks ago. He came up in bad shape. And guess what? You think that they pushed it? No, he doesn't push it. He just wanted to blow out. So now he's going to find out.
Now, hear what they're saying.
Game switch quick.
Oh, you're right. You're right. They're saying the National Weather Service has issued hazardous weather outlook for the Charlotte area, noting possible strong thunderstorms, damaging wind gusts, and even a brief tornado today between the hours of 4:30 and 8 o'clock.
No, that's probably just Puka Nacua coming in for one of those catches.
They need the tornado. He's incredible, by the way. He's incredible. They need the tornado, though, if they're going to win this game.
And he's one of those hidden gems, man. That's how you draft, you know. You find out, like, you get that hidden gem out of there. Guy makes some plays. That changes the whole franchise, a guy like that.
Yeah, and
pair up with Devontae Adams, and you're like, look what we got.
Even the ones he doesn't get, like the one at the end of that game, where he made that one-handed catch, but he didn't get the second foot in. No, he juggled it when he hit the ground.
He makes. They're gonna be changing rules over the way he catches.
They still don't know what a catch is because the Ravens got robbed. But
we'll never know that. Forget it. Just please get to full-on AI calling, where every play is a penalty. And it's always a holding, and it's always pass interference. And every play is a false start from a guy, twitching.
Was that pass interference in Miami the other night?
Yes.
Yes, but do you call that if you're the referee, you throw it?
If you, Bob,
like you think his flag should have been thrown?
Okay, here's the answer. NFL, no, you don't throw it. College, yes, you do. They get another shot at that.
And it's only 15 yards. It's not a spot foul. It's not like they get this. I can live with that.
That's what I mean by that. NFL, you ended the game. College, you gave it another reset. And I think it's fair.
I can see that. I can live with that answer because you're right. It's only 15 yards. They're going to have it on like the 20.
And if that ball was thrown just a tick shorter,
he might have on a line. No, I don't think he was going to catch that ball though.
No, I know that it was, but it wasn't uncatchable.
No, it wasn't uncatchable.
If it was more catchable. Just a little more catchable, they get the full pass interference. So it's just a little bit of everything there. And I hate it that it ends like that. I want to see the play come to fruition one day, and I know it kind of did. But when you're holding one man's arm and there was no chance of the outcome happening, that got me a little bit.
Now, a lot of new quarterbacks in this playoff, right? Yeah. Not the new names. You got Caleb Williams is another one. Now, we don't know how he's going to play in the playoffs. He's really improved this year. He had the great comeback against the Packers where they won the game in overtime and everything like that. But did you know that it's been, the last time the Bears beat the Packers in the playoffs, it was the week after Pearl Harbor. That was the last time they beat the Packers, was a week after Pearl Harbor. And here's what the game looked like. I got clips of the game, Brett. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's it? Yeah, here's what the game looked like, Brett. A little bit slower than today's game. Straight on kick.
Do you know?
This is the last time the Bears beat the Packers in the playoffs.
Do you know the Packers actually would have won that game? Their star quarterback was a Japanese guy.
Yeah. He killed him. He died earlier in the week.
They wouldn't let him play.
Oh, really? That's not true, is it?
Hey, listen. I made it up.
Okay.
Now it's true.
I can't see your face because I'm seeing the video. Bob. December 14th, 1941. Look at these plays. Look how slow was it. That's crazy, right? So that's the last time. So that's and I'm rooting for the Bears. I want to see the Bears win. I want to see Caleb Williams go on. But and they've only, to be fair, they've only played twice prior in the playoffs too. But that one and then the 2011, I think, NFC Championship game, Packers won, and they went to the Super Bowl.
You have Jordan Love coming off injury. He hasn't played in a couple weeks, which is in some ways good. You're going to come a little bit healthy.
They've lost 4 out of 5.
Obviously out. They have dropped a good number of their defense. Guys have been injured. I think that Caleb Williams shows up like he has in most big games in his whole life. I don't think that he's scared by the moment. I think he makes some of those scramble, run for plays that, can go run, can go pass. And I think that the Bears handle the Packers, by 10 or maybe 12.
Oh, really? Because they split the series this year. The overtime game,
they both be a touchdown and a field goal late.
Backdoor cover. But like
that's a tight game because you're one touchdown away from this being.
This was his coming out moment right here. This game where he makes this throw 100%. To get to tie it, and then he makes the throw in overtime where They win in overtime within the first play after the turnover on downs against the Packers. That was the coming out moment. It was the 4 o'clock game of the week on Fox.
I don't think it's even going to have to be all that late heroics. I think it's going to be a little bit more, him just enjoying the day and throwing for 4, possibly a 5th touchdown type of day. We'll just call
you
it
think
4.
so? You think it's going to be like that? Hey, 4 or 5 touchdowns? Listen, it's a point and a half. The Packers are favored on the road. We got 2 road favorites today.
At the same time, I mean, listen, they have Josh Jacobs. They have, you're looking at Jordan Love. They have what they have. The Packers defense is still good. I get that, but I think that they score their touchdowns too, and I think that it's going to end up being a higher scoring game than they're saying. I don't even know what the over under says there.
It's 44 and a half.
Right, and I think it's a little bit higher than that, so I think you're going over. I think it's going to be more like a 30 to 21, 24 game type of thing.
Snow flurries at kickoff. Nothing crazy, But and it's the Packers and the Bears. They're cold weather teams. I don't think it's going to really matter. Like light winds, snow flurries, nothing crazy. But it makes for a good scene, right? It makes for good to watch with the snow coming down and everything.
That's what you want. It's all we ever dream for is just to watch a snow game.
I don't know. Why does everybody it's really like, why does everybody like snow games?
Bad football. They just like to see it. It's just different. It's different.
Because everybody loves it, right? Oh, this is football. This is football.
No, because it's like, let's see who can suffer the most. The best would be like the guys with the no sleeves on or walking around with no shirt before the game.
That's the thing too.
They think they're like warriors or something.
Yeah. John Randall with the black all over his face.
Yeah, that's what we want. Where they do with snow angels before the game with nothing. Yeah, that's
the best. Was they hoped for that when they put the Super Bowl here in New York or in Jersey. And they got like a 60-degree day in the middle of February.
It was horrible.
It was raining. It was pouring, but it was 55 degrees or something. Yeah, terrible. And it was a bad game too.
You know what's going to be great? The Super Bowl festivities out in the middle of January in New York. Going to be so much fun outside. Bob's out there kicking field goals.
Times Square.
Like 3 degrees out.
That's right. You know what? The Ravens should give me a look. I'm still unsigned. I'm still a free agent.
That'll give
44-year-old free agent
of the World Cup. World Cup final preview right there for you.
44-year-old free agent.
Garbage
Place kicker.
Yeah, well, listen, you could have at least put the Ravens into the playoffs last year.
Yeah. Hey, listen, and if I was the chick, I would have won $1 million or $500,000.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not putting that thing short.
You don't even care about charity.
No, I'm not giving it to charity. I'm not one of those people that after the golf event that wins the raffle, the 50-50, I'm not giving it back. I have a problem giving back. I love that. I don't want to start the new pot after I hit the roll of the day at the bar.
Yeah, no, you don't even want to tip the bar.
That's like $500. No, I tip the bar. We didn't tip you that roll.
Never come back. Never coming back.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was at that place on 112.
I also didn't charge you for the drinks, so I don't even know what happened in that whole scenario.
No, I hit it at the place that gave the Groupon. They gave a Groupon or something, and we were going to Atlantic City, and we went there like for dinner or something one night. It was a burger spot on 112. I forget the name of it, and I hit the roll of the day. Rudy's. That's exactly what it was. You know the Groupon, right?
No, I know Rudy's. It's a pretty good place. Actually,
yeah, it was good food.
Signings and
but you have to tip the bartender like $200, right? Then you got to put in like $200 to start the new pot. I'm at like $400 right off the bat.
Oh, you are like the rich guy who just complained about paying his taxes, and it's like,
I won like $1,700.
But they made me give $1 million back, and so you guys don't get it. You guys don't know what it's like.
I won like $1,700. Oh, craziness. So that's what we got. We got 2 games today. Listen, I think the first one, I don't know. I think the first one is pretty much a run over with the Rams. I think the Packers is going to be a hell of a game. That's going to be, I think, in 10 points, I think you're way off. I think it's going to be a down the lane. Who's got the ball last? Maybe a field goal, maybe a pick. Someone throws a pick that cost them the game, something like that. But, either way. Now, tomorrow we got 3 games because it's ridiculous the way they do it. That's how you got Amazon Prime, right? Everybody's got Amazon Prime because everybody has Amazon. You pay the extra whatever it is to get the Prime. It's not a big deal. I feel like most people have Amazon Prime. Tomorrow there's a Netflix game.
Look, what percentage of the country do you think has Amazon Prime?
What percent of people?
70,
80%.
It's a lot. I don't know if it's that. actual prime, I don't think.
I don't. Yeah. Well, I figure 90% of people who have prime have
like. Bob, you just put like people, like a very large group of people who don't even make 10 grand a year, like into like paying 2 bills for like having stuff. I hear you, but you're wrong. I think it's like, I'll say half. Half to be safe. Half.
You're probably closer to right, but and that's a bias by me because 80% of the people we know
half of America,
right,
half of
doesn't
America
make any money.
Is not privileged to watch the game. Just so we're
that's crazy, which is crazy to me.
You have to pay to be privileged enough to watch the game in America for the first playoff game.
Yeah, I think it's tonight's game. The first game is on Fox.
Doesn't matter. Any of them.
They put the crappy one on regular TV. That's what they did.
Any playoff game. Yeah, I hate it all.
It's terrible. But 50% is a lot. That's a lot if that's the case. 50% is a lot. I'm trying to find this thing I had, but either way, the tomorrow you got the Bills, and you got in Jacksonville. Listen, I think the Bills win, but that's not an easy game either. Jacksonville's been playing well.
Game.
And the good game, the game I'm curious about is the Chargers and the Patriots. I think the Chargers could beat them. You got an experienced quarterback, a good quarterback. They're playing. They lost last week, but they weren't really trying last week. They got. Wrong. I think I'm wrong too, to be honest with you. I'm rooting for the Chargers, but Drake May I haven't seen him slip up all year. He hits every pass.
I think they're going to be very prepared. I just really believe that they're just going to be like, I think it's going to be a game plan more than it is Drake May like going crazy. I just think Vrabel just seems so, and it's tough to say because on the other end you're like, they're very prepared themselves, but I really believe this is going to be one of those. Patriots just have a little bit of an easier game than you think they're going to have.
And if it wasn't for the last couple weeks, I would have said I think San Francisco is going to go in there and kill the Eagles. But listen, the Eagles are playing well. Nobody, man. Remember last week I was saying nobody in the NFL is consistent ever. I said the one of the maybe 3 teams was San Francisco, and then they went and then they they haven't been playing. They didn't play well. They beat they got blown out by the Seahawks. They couldn't do anything. The week before, they scored touchdowns at will.
Yeah. But they were the hottest team in football for the second half of the year.
Yeah, but then they played bad in the one game they needed to win.
I know. It is. I don't know where that.
I don't know where the NFC. I don't know where to go.
But I can tell you this: that game is being won by a field goal at the end of the game. The Eagles-Niners game. I mean, it's probably the Eagles, but that game is coming down to the last 2 drives.
Gun to my head, I think. Who's coming out of the NFC? Gun to my head, I might say the Eagles. I don't think they're the best team, but they're playing well. They seem to pick it up. They've been there before. They got the pedigree.
Who do the?
Where do they go play? They reseed.
So
you don't know where. It's not a bracket. It's like the brackets
are. They're going to the Rams or they're going to Seattle. So they're going to the Rams or they're going to Seattle.
If the Eagles win and
they're going to one or the other.
Yeah, if the Bears win and the Eagles win, the Eagles get to play. The Eagles would play Seattle because they'd be the lowest seed available. No, I'm sorry. The Rams would play. The Rams would play Seattle. Which would be another
Rams
good
beat
one.
Seattle. Eagles lose to Seattle. Seattle's
a tough place to go win.
Eagles in Seattle lose. Eagles at home win. Eagles away lose. That's where I'd put the
Eagles would get. Then the Eagles need the Packers to win. They need to win. They need the Packers to win.
They win then. That's the Eagles' route. Is Packers win at home. That's the Eagles' route, and
then go win in. And then I can see the Seattle losing to the Rams. Right? It's absolutely possible. I don't think it would happen, but it's not impossible.
Yes, Rams can beat Seattle. I don't think the Eagles beat Seattle in Seattle.
Yeah, but that's when the Eagles. That's where the Eagles get to the Super Bowl because then they have a home NFC Championship game at home. No, that's why the NFC is wild. I have no idea what the NFC. The AFC, I'm rooting for the Bills. I'm rooting hard for the Bills. I think they screwed themselves.
No,
and they lost on that game to New England.
Just deep curse.
I know. Deep. And they lost that one game.
But they're gonna, and it's the last game. And any Bills home game would be the last.
They don't play any home games. They're the 16th. Right? They're not going to play any home games.
It's over.
They could host. They could host San Diego. They could host San Diego in the AFC Championship game. That's their only home. That's their only possibility at a home game.
It's cool. What if they knocked it down already? Like, what do you do? What do you do like halfway?
You play, you play at University of Buffalo.
Yeah, just stick him out there. On the ice dome.
The Bisons. This is the Bisons.
The ice dome. Just dive.
That's a. They screwed themselves. If they make that, if it's not Josh Allen trying to pull him out of the fire every week, which he did every week except against the Patriots. If he could win, except against the Eagles. The Eagles are the only one that he couldn't beat. And you knew it was going to come back to bite him one way or another, and it did. And that's going to cost him a Super Bowl. Because if the Bills are home, they go into the Super Bowl.
This is the year of the emerging quarterback. This is the year you're going to see a changing of the guard. You are going to see a Drake May
it's already the changing of the guard.
You're going to see a Caleb Williams year. I'm telling you, you're going to see these guys. Josh Allen's not going to be the guy. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to be Trevor Lawrence. That's the guy we're going to be talking about at the end of this game. It's going to be how Josh Allen, had that one pick or that one fumble or tried to force something he shouldn't have. Whereas we're going to talk about Trevor Lawrence, who threw just a drop-back game, threw for his touchdowns, ran once in a while on third down. And I'm telling you, I just think the Bills and all of these quarterbacks who think that they're the greatest are just, they're going to find out a lot this year about this next class.
Yeah, absolutely. But do you think that's why I think though it was Josh Allen's year, because he's better than all of them, right? He's more experienced. He's better than the rest of them.
You don't learn from history well.
I've
because
hit
there is no year for Josh Allen.
I know, and
it's
I feel
never
bad.
coming.
He's such a
it's
great quarterback.
Part. The fact that I like that they try and hope, because it just drops it down. It's just pathetic, to be honest with you, to not think. As a Jets fan, I know when things aren't happening, Bob. And this ain't happening. This is beyond Josh Allen. This is beyond sports. This is that whole thing that it's not up to us anymore. You don't get it, guys. You're not allowed. Maybe in your new stadium. Got to go knock something down. Bring out the live chicken. I don't know. But you got no chance. No chance this year.
Just like I don't think in the college, I don't think anybody has a chance against Indiana. I mean, that team's out of control. They blew out. They blew out the game last night. They blew out Alabama.
I'm sorry. If you've seen the interviews, Fernando Mendoza sold his soul to the devil, and he's become,
which is why he's going to be a quarterback next year.
He said, I just want to be the Heisman national champion with the first pick, and he's getting what he did. You know what the loss is? You know what you sold your soul to? The
Jets?
Raiders. You lost.
The Raiders are even worse.
It's worse.
Raiders
it's worse.
Even worse.
You thought so. You have it all. You're going to go in with this, and you're going to the Raiders, and it's over there. So he's going to get it all. Everything he asked for. It's all over.
Everything he asked for. You're right. He's going to get it. Now, what's your take on right here?
It was close. I saw it.
Here it comes. What'd you take on Harbaugh fired by the Ravens? Obviously, it seems like it might have been a mutual thing. Like they're just like, I'm sick of you. And he's like, yeah, I want out of here. I want to do something else.
A little bit of Lamar Jackson influence. Clearly, there was butting of the heads, and you realize once your star and your 18-year, if you can believe it, 18-year coach. I was shocked when I saw that number.
It's like Shula. It's like Shula.
But that is, you don't even when I look back, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I remember that clear as day.
Yeah, I know.
But I was
stuff
thinking
like that makes you feel old.
I was talking Brian Billick is what I was thinking and that was
he beat the Giants.
That was the Super Bowl
2000.
Before, right? So he won that Super Bowl, and then they come back and win one with Harbaugh. Yes. Right, and so I forgot. And so I look back, 18 years, and so it's a time issue. It's not. He is the most coveted coach. It is similar to Giants, Mike Tomlin lost that game. Yes, but I'm hearing stories that he wants his GM. So I don't know what that is.
He wants the GM out. The GM for the Giants has no business even being there. Like the fact that they're keeping him and letting this guy make another pick. I know he is.
You when you did that, you reduced your coaching candidacy pool. You immediately reduced this man. These guys in these era of their jobs, they want, and I'll give you your Bill Parcells. I want to be the cook, and I got to be able to buy the groceries. And that is exactly what they want. If they can't have that, they're just a pawn in a game. And right now, the only positive I could see for Harbaugh signing up with Shane is he's the scapegoat. No matter what happens, he's the guy who goes next.
Yeah, well, it's not Harbaugh, the guy who just coached 18 years, like division titles all over the place.
So I would take it if I was Harbaugh and the Giants, but the next thing would be
I heard Miami.
I get to pick the next GM when we fire Shane. You know what I mean? Like that's got to be the deal. But but then
the next GM,
his family's from Cleveland.
I know.
His family's from Cleveland.
But then the next GM comes in and Harbaugh's the scapegoat because I didn't hire him. Not my fault.
You're right, but at that point, you're going on wins and losses. You're on if it's year 3 in this Giants plan, which is what it would be. You don't even want Harbaugh if it didn't work out after year 3. You know what I mean? So, and not to mention he's going to be aging at that point. You want the next thought. You don't want what was thought of 10 years ago and 15 years ago. You want what's next. You need it. I don't care if that's just as an offensive coordinator or bring in a guy who's going to do that with you. But these guys are getting old, Bob. We're getting old, and if you don't catch up, you will be left behind. And we don't even know what that is. But there's new stuff happening in the NFL and new plays and new thoughts and new, we'll even say analytics, that these old coaches, Belichick's, Parcells, McCarthy's, and you go Andy Reid's, they're never going to go and do that stuff.
No, yeah, no. Well, Andy Reid, I heard someone was. Oh, it was the WFAN. They were saying the Giants should go after Andy Reid, and I definitely don't think so.
I don't either. But
I don't think Andy Reid's going anywhere.
Coaching. I don't want somebody with head. I really want somebody with head coaching experience. Don't mind Bob.
Yeah, hold on. I hit the wrong thing.
But seriously though, like you want somebody with a little bit of head coaching experience, but not someone who's like
Andy Reid's a little old. Like I think Belichick's old. Yeah. It's like that, but yeah, well, what do you get? Jets might think Belichick. They were saying
honestly, the perfect one is the Cleveland Browns ex-head coach now, who they just fired, 2-time Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I know, and everybody he just gets a bad name. Why? Because of Cleveland. And you look over and it's going to be Cleveland, and you look over and go, 2-time Coach of the Year. That is not an easy task. A guy who don't really know, and it's not an old guy. So there you go. That's my pick.
Yeah. Now who you got in the game? Now let me ask you this: what's your best Super Bowl matchup? With the Super Bowl matchup you want to see the most.
Okay. I don't even. Oh, man, that's so tough because I don't want the Bills in there. I want to say the Patriots are in on that, but I actually don't want that to happen. I just think it's going to happen.
Okay.
I'd want to see the Rams. I think you're going to get the best game that we see is going to be versus the Rams.
I'll tell you mine. Mine's easy. Mine's easy.
I think it's what we might see.
Bills. Yeah. Bills. Bears.
I like that. I do.
It's different. It's different.
I don't think that's what you're going to get.
No, I don't either. I don't either. I absolutely don't. But I think that's the one that I would like to see the most out of it. But that's it. What did you say? That you said the what?
It's going to be Jaguars Rams.
Jaguars Rams.
The oddest
boring though.
Super Bowl.
That's a weird Super Bowl. I think Jaguars Rams is boring.
Yeah, but it is boring. Like it's not going to be the hype game. It's going to be a better game though. Like the game itself will be good. Whereas you're talking about the Josh Allen for 2 weeks talking, I don't care. You're right, but it's like a better game as in like supposed to be a better game as opposed to like a lot of scoring or exciting to watch. Or I want someone we haven't seen. Bills are never winning anything. It doesn't matter. But
Bears haven't won anything. 85 is the last time they won.
I think this is the
Bears are the darlings. The Bears are the darlings.
I'll put it this way.
They're the Lions.
Bears have 2 outs in this. No, yes, but this is the year the Bears show that they can ride. It's like the Redskins from last year. Like the Bears either end up a kick away from the NFC Championship or in the NFC Championship, and then the next year they make their leap. That's what I believe.
Okay. So now we were talking about Harbaugh 18 years, right? You heard the sound here that was playing. This is what I remember from Harbaugh, and I remember this like it was yesterday. Right here, hold on. This is what the Jim Harbaugh I remember. AFC Championship game, final play in Pittsburgh with Cowher. This is when Cowher won, and it's the Hail Mary. I thought he caught it, right? Oh.
I did too.
Oh, excited. And that's when the Colts were terrible. The Colts were terrible that year. Oh, I mean, previous years, that was, Jim Harbaugh that was the era before Manning or anything like that.
He was a he
was a backup quarterback. He was a backup quarterback.
And they were like the small ones. They were like Doug Flutie-ish. Like they were like, they were more grit than they were glamour or good at being quarterbacks. Like they could tough out a win, even though they didn't have really all the skills you probably needed to be an elite NFL quarterback. So he was very good, and people don't realize back in the day.
So now we're 5 minutes basically to kick off, 5-10 minutes, or is it 4:30? I think it's 4 o'clock, right? either way,
4:30, I think maybe, but it doesn't matter.
But either way, we're going off at 4 because I got stuff to do. Who you got? Today's games. Done. Who you got?
All right.
The first one.
First game of the day.
First game of the day. Rams, Panthers.
All right.
What'd you bet on? You told me you bet on.
The bet's
took the
No.
Okay, who's gonna win?
I was gonna go all the way. I was gonna go
money line.
I was gonna go all the way with Carolina, but no, it's Carolina and the points. This is the easy
bet.
Yeah. I do think the Rams win. I do think the Rams win this game, but I think something happens that keeps it a little tighter than you think.
These 10-point spreads where you lose on the hook, or it's 10.5 or something. Is it 10 or 10.5? That's a big one. It was 10 when I looked. What was it?
It was 10. It'll be 10 by the time
It'll be 10. It'll probably be 10. So I got the Rams. I think they run them over. I think they win this one rather easily. Like you said, I love to see Carolina. I love to pick Carolina, but I'd rather take the $50 with the
halftime score.
Win. It's like minus 350. Like minus 350.
Take this bet. Halftime score 17-3. Carolina Panthers.
And then Bears Packers tonight. Tonight, Bears Packers, Soldier Field.
I like it.
And don't forget, listen, take this 41 game into account.
This is
Bears Packers. This is the only one the Bears have ever won. Who wins tonight?
This
kick returner. This kick returner could break one at any time.
As always, back then, the Americans. Like no question.
We I can tell you this. You know what this
America
was?
America wins.
This was the Piazza home run game for Pearl Harbor.
It was. They were like, we can finally cheer again.
They said this play right here. This was the one.
They were like, every white American can cheer again.
the option play. That was the one.
Yeah. Other than that, you're not allowed. But
I'm gonna take the Bears. By a late field goal or a touchdown, something like that. But a tight game coming down to the end.
I agree, and I think it's the Bears are up by say 3 or 6 late, and then their defense actually comes away with a pick when Jordan Love tries to force one like he usually does. So
and then finally,
that's the way I see it.
All right, and then finally, before we go, was the shooting justified or not?
I love these. I love the rant. I will say this. I've seen it, but I have not even seen like the alternate angles. I will give you this. I have not.
I saw something that
been so out of it.
There was a video that goes.
I've been a little preoccupied.
There was the video goes, and just like that, the officer is exonerated. I look at the video, and in the background, there's a dinosaur on the car. There's a guy in a. It's people making up videos now about it.
No, it's not. No. I can say this way: I don't believe anybody's right in any of these situations anymore, and I think it's a whole bunch of people who need to really, really figure out what matters in life.
So that's it. That's it. Enjoy the game today. 2 today, 3 tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow morning, or at least you better be here tomorrow morning. Mancini will be with us tomorrow morning. He texted me yesterday. He's like, "We go for Sunday, right?" I'm like, "We are good." So we're in. So we'll be here tomorrow, 11:30. Enjoy the games, everybody. For Brett Grasso, I'm Bob Walters from the Brian Gunzel Studios. See ya.